Wrecking Stories. My name is Mark Owens, and this is my first Wrecking Story. And I'm going to give it a couple minutes to get a few people on here so that I'm not on here all by myself. Anyway, here I am right now on Falls Road in Hamden. And what I did is I wanted to go through a period of time at the beginning of my investment career. And I wanted to just show you the first house that I ever bought as a rental property. But there's some other things I wanted to talk about as well. So let me start off by, I want to tell you where I'm at today. I've been in the investing business for about 15 years, maybe actually closer to 16. I bought this property that I'm standing next to in February 2002. And today I own over 100 units. I work about 2 hours a day. My retirement's taken care of, my current income's taken care of. I have a pretty decent life, and it's actually well beyond what I was hoping it would be when I got started on this journey. So some of the things I want to talk about are this property and what led me to it. At the time, I was in the IT business, and I was making about 130 a year to 150, somewhere in that range, and I didn't think it was going to last, and the truth is I was kind of getting tired of it, so I wanted something else to do. So I started looking for rental properties, and at the time what I did was I put together a spreadsheet that showed my return on my investment, my cash on cash return on my investment. And actually you can get a copy of that spreadsheet at markowens.com. You can download a copy of it. So anyway, so I put this spreadsheet together, and I went around looking at a bunch of properties, and I eventually found this one on Falls Road. The address is 4011 Falls Road. And I'm standing behind it right now, and you can see it behind me right there. And it also has this large garage that was rented out. So let me just give you some of the numbers on this. When I bought the property, the cost was $75,000. I'm actually looking at the spreadsheet I printed out that I created when I actually bought the property. So when I bought the property, it was $75,000. The total rental income was three apartments in the garage, so the total was $450, $450, $250, and $350 per month. The total annual revenue was a little over $17,000. After, when I purchased the property, I had to put 10% down, pay for closing. So after taking my income and I subtracted 5% for vacancies, I deducted all of my expenses, and I actually included a mortgage payment as an expense, even though technically it's not. My cash flow was $476 per month, according to my spreadsheet. And my total out-of-pocket at the time was $11,693. So that gave me a cash-on-cash return of 48%. Now, it's kind of hard to duplicate that in other types of investments. So you take the 48% cash-on-cash that I was getting, and then I was also, maybe getting some appreciation, and I was definitely getting mortgage pay down. So it turned out to be a very good investment. Incidentally, I ended up selling the property about 4 years after I bought it. And I think, I'm trying to remember, you can look on the tax record, but I think I made around $80,000 off of it when I sold it. And that was just dumb luck. I took the money and I bought more properties. So some of the things I wanted to talk about while I'm standing here were these issues. So I told you kind of where I'm at today, where I started, or where I'm at. At the time when I started this whole investment journey, it was really just, I was looking for something to help me out. So in the event that I lost my computer job or got hit by a car or something like that, that I still had some money coming in. I was just really looking for something to help me have enough income to pay my bare minimum expenses. And then, so I was thinking maybe I needed 10, 15 units or something like that to get to that point. Then after I got there, I just kept on going and kept on buying and kept on buying. And I'll talk about that in some of the future videos. But some of the other things that I want to talk to you about that I think are things that are really important are, time is your most valuable asset. We all have the same number of hours in a day. And so don't waste your time doing like dumb stuff unless you've actually are working towards having enough time to do a bunch of dumb stuff. And that's maybe sometimes where I'm at right now. Another thing that I wanted to mention, some of the things that helped me, because this business isn't for everybody. I mean, it is a people business. But some of the things that I had going for me at the time was I had some money in the bank, and I had good credit, and I had good income. Can you do it without those things? Absolutely. For me, it definitely made everything a lot easier. Let me see what else here. Things that I didn't have, that I didn't even know that I didn't have, but now that I know, I wish I'd had them, was a good network. A good network is actually really huge part of this business. When I started, I found this real estate agent on the internet that was listed, that had this house listed, but I didn't know him. I didn't have a relationship with him. Ended up buying a bunch of houses through him. I didn't know any contractors. In 2002, there was no Google, there was no Facebook, there was no Craigslist. I mean, I didn't know what hard money was. I didn't know what wholesaling was. So, I mean, the truth is, like, everybody that's watching this video right now already knows far more than I knew the first couple of years that I was actually doing this. Some other things that I want to discuss are, this is really important, but you don't really see a whole lot of it, and especially in the real estate books. The need for immediate gratification is your greatest enemy. We all want stuff now. We want it now. We want it now. We want it now. We don't want to wait. And when we do that, it usually costs us money. We want to buy the nice car, the expensive car to show off to all of our friends, or a big house. I still live in the townhouse that my wife and I bought 20 years ago. I was more interested in freedom than flash, and so it worked out really well. Instead of going and buying the $800,000 house and being stuck with a big mortgage and a big lawn and a big, gas and electric bill, we lived a modest life, and then, we go on a lot of vacations, and, we do whatever we want. And it was largely because we were able to delay that need for immediate gratification, which is really tough, especially when you're young, and you're on your own, just like, man, I want this shit now. And whether it's clothes or shoes or a car, it's usually a car, right? All those different things. I keep getting phone calls. I'm actually got a house that's up for auction right now, and the auctioneer's called me twice, and the auction started like 2 minutes ago, so I probably got to run in a minute. Anyway, so you already know more than what I knew when I started. Another thing that I want to mention to you is you don't know where you're going to be in 15 years. You think you do, but you have no idea. You might be selling freaking snowballs down in Key West. Document your journey. When you buy your first property, do your first rehab, document the hell out of it. Take pictures, do videos, write down the notes of what you learned and all. There's going to come a time where you're going to want to share that information with other people, and it's going to be a lot easier to do if you've got access to the information. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and I look forward to talking to you on the next episode.